Hi, it's Aaron and welcome back. In this lesson, we're going to talk about markup versus margin, the truth. I honestly cannot tell you how many times we have this conversation with people right when they're just starting to think differently. And we first ask them, how much are you making on your jobs? And what do we always get? I add 20%. But if you add 20%, you're not making 20%. And that misunderstanding quietly drains profit and the will to live, to be quite honest with you, out of your life for the coming years. So in this lesson, what you'll learn, the real difference between markup and margin, why 20% markup equals 16 to 17% margin, why low margin creates high stress, and why small percentages destroy long-term stability. So let's get into it. You buy a kitchen for 10 grand, okay? You add 20%. You sell at £12,000. So you think, nice, I've just made 20%. Wrong. Your margin is £2,000 divided by the £12,000, and that equals 16.6%. And that's before survey time, design handling, follow-ups, admin, delays, snagging, warranty responsibilities, customer changing their mind and wasting your time. One mistake can wipe it out. One delay can eat it. One problem can cost it. And suddenly 20% was never 20%. Well, it was never 20% anyway, and now it definitely wasn't 20%. But even at 20%, it's a low margin, and low margin equals high pressure. If your margins are thin, you need more jobs. You feel stressed, you chase volume, you discount faster, and that's the trap. Serious operators don't think, how much can I add? They think, what keeps this sustainable? Margin isn't greed, it's protection. It's business thinking. Do you really think that Ren think, I wonder how I can make this kitchen cheap for everybody? No, for a business with overheads, just like you, margin is a must. So the quick wins here are from this day onwards, never think about markup ever again. Yes, it needs to be there, but you've got to think in margin. Margin, not markup. Margin is what you get left with at the end, and that is what we need. So adding 20% on does not mean that that's the margin number. Adding 20% on as markup is not margin. So go back and review some of your last jobs honestly and look at those numbers again, and I think you're going to get a shock. And the common mistakes here are competing on 5% differences, ignoring time cost, assuming labor profits protect supply. You've got to make sure you're making enough money to pay yourself properly, cover your business overheads, and make a profit. Those are 3 areas that your margin must cover. Otherwise, we're in a frantic hamster wheel of activity with no achievement and no end in sight. What we want to be building here is a sustainable future in business and lifestyle, and that is not going to happen if we don't have the margin.